Losiak to serve. Poland.
It's Poland in green serving, Norway in red receiving. This is the first quarter-final from the Cancun Hub 4-star FIVB World Tour event here in Mexico, and it's a brilliant start. Losiak coming up with an ace serve. That sends Sørum back to the serving line now for his and his team's first serve. Well, that's a really good touch from Moll. And Moll's complaining because it was an open hand from Kantor, but not into a joust. It was in to the side of his block. So complaining about that contact from Kantor. Kantor just getting on with the business of playing, having taken the point. He's having his serve coming into block, but not stopping Sørum cross court. Nice cutaway that from Kantor, thumb down, striking the ball about 9 o'clock, putting it away to his right. That cut from Sørum though, too narrow. Again, Sørum finding an angle cross court, and at the side switch, Norway will change one behind. Losiak thought that was going wide and left it. That's a carry-on from the open hand that Moll wasn't happy about. The referee calling the captains together just to say, I'm not going to have any lip from either of you. Let's just get on and play. Nice little roll from Losiak, very delicately past the block. Norway taking that opportunity to go over on two very nicely. That's a great lead from Losiak. He didn't make any effort to go after it. He knew from the moment that it left the hand that it was going to be going wide. At least that's what he'll tell you. Good touch, another chance here for Norway. A bit of hang time and a delay in the shot to leave Losiak standing cross court. Couldn't get to the line in time. Nice early call and a good leave. Off the block and away. Norway not yet able to get themselves in front, but they're not letting Poland get away from them. Mol has been working on his jump serve in the off-season, but that wasn't one thing he's been working on, putting it in the net. It happens though. Big hit. That one stayed hit cross court. Losiak nonplussed by it for the moment. Siete ocho is what the announcer said. 7-8. Mixing up his Spanish and English so everyone can understand what's going on. That's a good block from Mol, making his first block point to bring Norway level. That's an error from Kantor. Most of that ball went in the net. Norway going after Kantor once again. At that time he finds a way through and we're back level. Advantage now with Norway. They're siding out to have the lead each time. That's an easy leave for Christian Sørum. Couple of points away from the technical timeout. Norway just edging themselves in front for the moment. Well played by Losiak. He was under pressure. That ball was heading towards the net. Wasn't the best of passes from Kantor. Losiak having to go with his left hand. Finds a point. Not off the block, unforced error from Norway, and it's Poland who have the lead at the technical timeout. Bit of pace on that from Losiak, just catching Sørum by surprise. Mol couldn't do anything with it. There have been 8 tournaments here in Mexico over the years, starting back in 1999 in Acapulco. And that was an event won by Bill Boulain and Ian Clark of the USA. Rogerio Parra and Guilherme Marques of Brazil were seconds. Marco de Mello and Ricardo Santos, a very young Ricardo Santos, took the bronze medal. Then in 2000 in Rosarito, it was Dax Holdren and Todd Rogers of the USA. They beat Rob Heidegger and Kevin Wong. Following on from that, it was Acapulco again, 2005 for Emmanuel Rigo, the Cat and Ricardo of Brazil. It was an all-Brazilian 1-2-3, in fact. Pedro Cunha and Franco Neto took the silver. Benjamin and Harley Marquez took the bronze. The early years being dominated by the USA and Brazil. In fact, 2006 in Acapulco was Jake Gibb and Sean Rosenthal of the USA. They beat Emmanuel and Ricardo of Brazil. It wasn't until 2014, the first European victory. That was for Alexander Samoilovs and Yanis Smedins over Matteo and Paolo Ingrosso, the twins from Italy. Back to the action here on centre court. Norway looking to get back into this one, but Kantor works the block, and now Poland have a 2-point lead. Losiak with the serves. Got a big fan club, has Losiak. Sørum waiting patiently, goes through his pre-serve routine. Target still Kantor as far as Norway are concerned. And Kantor still finding the side outs as far as Poland are concerned. That was a tough situation for Norway, the ball clipping the net like it did and putting Sørum under pressure, but really good play, not only keeping it off the sand, but popping it up in a place where Mol could have a swing. And they were able to side out very competently, but still behind at the moment. Mol getting ready to wind up a jump serve. Change-up going after Losiak. Result still the same though. Poland get the side out. Poland have the lead, but they're not really doing a great deal to stretch it. Which means Norway always have a good chance of getting right back into this one. And that's exactly how they've done and will do it. Mol with his second point from blocking. Always a threat at the net. And as we get closer towards the end of the set, Norway beginning to make themselves, or their presence, felt. Oh, it's another one. That's an absolute monster block from Anders Mol. He's one of the best in the business. I think he and Dalhauser and Alisson are up there as the greats, but watch how he goes straight across the net here. Bang, he's across, and he's almost touching that simultaneously with Kantor. Brilliant blocking. Poland have called a timeout. Which gives me an opportunity to bring you up to date with the winners here in Mexico over the years. After Samoilovs and Smedins, it was Dalhouser and Nicholas Sainer of the USA in 2015, again in Puerto Vallarta. They beat Brouwer and Musen of the Netherlands. And then in 2019 in Chetumal, it was Taylor Crabb and his partner Gibb. They beat Brouwer and Musen once again, who were consecutive finalists in Mexico, but only taking the silver medal. It was Triborn and Trevor Crabb who took bronze. And the latest event, which was here in Cancun, was won by Anders Moll and Christian Sørum, only the second European team to win in Mexico. Good touch. Good touch from Losiak. It's a good chance here for Norway. Oh, well played by Losiak to read that one. And he stumped it away. That's brilliant. Losiak just waited long enough for Sørum to go and roll, and he saw what was happening. Poland in system, bang, point. So difficult to stop Sørum. It's not that he hits it particularly hard, but he finds some really good angles. And even with Losiak creeping up and creeping up, he still couldn't get it. Moll yet to really make an impact from the serving line. Now would be a good time for him to do so as far as Norway are concerned. But deciding not to use the jump, so they've got the wind at his back somewhat. Oh, whoa! That's brilliant! Oh, this is incredible! That's just unbelievable beach volleyball. First a massive throwdown, felt sure that was a point, and then suddenly Losiak out of nowhere keeps it alive, and then it became a skills fest. One touch everywhere. One hand, and in the end, Losiak puts it down. Incredible volleyball. You definitely have to love watching Losiak play. He's such a talented athlete. That's a big let-off for Norway, for Poland. After winning quite a big point, and just given the ball back to Norway and with it the lead. Sørum now with the serve. Moll didn't fall for the movement of Kantor. He stayed where he was as Kantor looked to go behind but came back in front. Even so, Kantor still able to come up with a massive shot. It's Norway siding out each time for the lead. Poland have got to force the issue here. Oh dear, well, that's one to forget. Didn't even make the net. That must have been it. Just a massive miss hit from Kantor coming off his forearm. I was going to say that Poland needs to force the issue from the serving line. Otherwise Norway will happily side out. And they'll side their way to set point. However, Norway will still need to win a point themselves from serving to get this set done and dusted. Of the 3 points required. One of them will need to be a break point. They've got a chance to get one here. Oh, good reactions. Poland working hard. Oh, and they find the angle through Losiak. That was a really well fought side out. But that's all it was at the end of the day. If Norway can look at it in that manner, the fact that they had a chance to take a break point, mustn't let it get the better of them. Great swing that from Losiak. Norway moving ever closer to set point. It's a good touch. Swing here for Mol. Great block from Kantor. First one of the set for him. What a time to get it, as it saves another break point chance and makes it 19 all. So Norway have to side out to get the set point opportunity. Get the feeling if it carries on like this, we are going to go past the 21 point mark. Never really looked in trouble, despite that ball being quite close to the net. Christian Sørum, nice and high, shows the pokey, but it's still got to be touched. And Losiak not able to get full control. Set point for Norway. Wind into the face of Mol, can really go after his serve here. He has done. Scramble on for Poland. Oh, brilliant. Losiak works it down the line. And at 20 all, we're now going to keep going until somebody gets too clear. Simple little roll to the line for set point number 2. Keeps everything in front of him, can see exactly what's going on. Well played, Kantor off the net, but finds a very good angle. Nonetheless, side switch, Poland move to the good end. They need a break point, they need a point from serving or from their block defense to put them in the ascendancy. Sørum had moved too far, he got himself behind his blocker. Well, that might be trouble for Norway here. Did I just say that? There might be trouble for Norway? It looked it though, didn't it? What a really good chase that was from Sørum as that ball hits the net. He's on that. Most others may well have let it go, and he's not only been able to keep it in play, he's got the side out. That's a really hard fought and well-earned point. Set point number 3 now for Norway. Force Kantor really deep. It doesn't stop him from unleashing on the ball and making it too hot for Sørum to handle. And another set point is saved. Great block from Kantor. Poland turn it around. They've got a set point chance now. For once, Sørum wasn't able to get past. Got to Kantor, and Mol couldn't keep it in play, in cover. Another one that's tight. Nobody touching the net. Well, that one I think has gone out. Poland think it's in. They're going to get upset here. It's been given as in. In fact, it's been given as a touch off the block. So after the shouting, it's done and dusted. Poland have taken the set. Came in really quick. And the ball is miles out, but it caught the block as it went out. Great start this for Poland. Taking that first set, 24-22.
All right. DJ Tony Rojas.
Away we go with set two. Poland with the serve. They took the first set rather in controversial fashion, 24-22. Getting the ball off of the fingernails of Mol as it went out. But they worked hard. They saved 3 set points, Poland, before turning it around to engineer one opportunity and then taking it. And that's the mark of a good team. And it's easy to say, but it is all about taking those opportunities. Norway had 3, didn't take them, couldn't convert. Poland had 1, did, and that's the difference between the two teams. It's nice from Kantor, just apologising to Mol for bashing that ball off his head. Sporting spirit being shown. Mol with it. Hasn't really got his serve going in this match yet. Good arm swing. And that one's gone over the court, out and into the ocean. Beautiful view of the Caribbean Sea here in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Fabulous destination. What a place to play beach volleyball. Massive swing from Kantor. Going to give Sørum a free swing, you're going to be in trouble. Watching Sørum have that swing, he doesn't have a huge backswing with his arms, as you see a lot of players do. It's a very fast forward motion with both of them to get him up into the air with his legs as well. Oh, huge mole. Finds the right spot to shut down Kantor. Oh, brilliant ace serve. That's a fantastic serve from Mol. Losiak was not expecting that. He's lining up to go to the cross and he's hit it right over his shoulder. He had a big area to go into as well. And at 6-3, Poland trailing by 3, they've called a timeout. Good touch. And again, this will have to come over. Too much on it. Good out by Losiak. They caught the block, so Kantor has to play it over, and that's well marshalled by Norway. Both Mol and Sørum into the corner to watch that one. Played by Sørum. Much better position for Norway early on in this second set. Built up a decent lead. The winner of this quarter-final will obviously stay on and go into the semis. The losers are ranked 5th. Another big point for Norway. cut that is, and staying out of the net, doing a little bit of the limbo. And the winner of this will play Varenhorst and Van der Velde, or Allison and Alvaro, who will be up next. The other quarter-finalists are the Netherlands and Italy in the form, good swing, in the form of Stefan Boermans and Jorik de Groot against Adrian Karambula and Enrico Rossi. And then the last of the men's quarterfinals, it's Italy in action again in Lupo and Nicolai, and they're taking on Qatar's Sheriff and Ahmed. It was close, always really close. It's clipped the line. Norway, with no intention of going after it, they knew they were never going to get it, could only stand and watch. Poland make a mini comeback. That's 2 on the bounce for Poland. Calling the timeout, sensing a bit of danger, trying to stave it off. Quite a few people have been commentating, or commenting, I should say. I'm doing the commentating, but saying that Sørum doesn't quite seem himself, and I'd have to agree. Watching him play in this tournament and watching the matches he's played in, he has seemed a little, I guess, lethargic's the word for it, and really kind of very, very tired at times. But it's blisteringly hot out here as Sørum finds himself in trouble and getting blocked by Kantor. But he's not his, I guess, what you might call his usual sprightly self. But even saying that, though, they gone straight through to round 2. They've been undefeated, and he's still able to absolutely thump the ball, and he's caught Losiak right in the face. That's going to hurt. But you can see Sørum's just always seems to be gasping for breath after the rallies, after the points. Certainly one thing's for sure, the players are not going to expend any more energy than they absolutely have to out here.
Next match, we're going to have Brazil against Netherlands. Volleyball against Álvaro Filho and Alisson Mamute.
Mole to serve. Good put away from Kantor. No change in the tactics for either team. Norway going after Kantor, Poland going after Sørum. That's a nice set. Players are just so skillful. And perhaps you might say that was maybe bordering on a carry, but was it really? He just took it low, but very fast hands, control of the ball, and then Sørum able to continue it on its way down the line. Good up. Mol gets back into position. Losiak to try and get the point. Good covering from Kantor. But it's another block from Mol. He adds to his tally in this match. And at the technical timeout, Norway have control for the moment of this second set. It's another one for Mol. He's so good. It's not a question of if he'll make a block in a match, it's a question of how many. This the first of 4 quarterfinals from the men's event. All the medal matches will be coming tomorrow. Continuation block, another chance now. Mol will have a swing. That's well played. He's facing cross court, showing his cross court, and then just running his hand slightly across his body to go to the line where Poland were not. In fact, Kantor breaking into the cross and right into where Losiak was stood. Good touch, but it doesn't come into play. Just see how high the likes of Kantor and Mol get, head and shoulders above the net. And if you're wondering, the men's net is 2.43 meters in height. And to put that into context, it's the same height as a crossbar in soccer, in football. How many of you can get your head and shoulders above it off the grass, let alone, as these boys do, off the sand? Everybody gasping for air. It is meltingly hot, even at this time of the morning. movement by Sørum, but it touched the block of Mold, so he had to play it straight back over. And that one hasn't found the baseline. It was the right idea from Losiak, shooting it over the block and over the defender. But unfortunately for him, it doesn't find the baseline. So close, but so far. Oh, just got the timing slightly wrong, did Losiak. Combination of that and the set, but he's got another chance here. Quick ball. Oh, yes, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That movement of Losiak coming in really quickly just forced Mold to keep his eye on him, and he didn't even watch the set from Kantor. Watch how Kantor gets himself in position, shoulders set, and he's able to play it through his shoulders straight over the net. That's brilliant from Poland. When setting the ball across the net, it must go between your shoulders. Not the same when you're setting it to your partner, which is why you see some of those sublime sets where the player is facing the net and setting it sideways. If you were facing your partner and set it sideways over the net, you wouldn't get away with that. Poland making a comeback, getting the point from service. "12 matches scheduled for centre court. This is the first of those. As we separate the wheat from the chaff, and that's a big block again from Mold. Huge block that time, reaching in with his left arm. Always going to be Moles, always going to be trouble for Kantor. Really good block from Anders Mold. I was just running away from Losiak as he tried to have the swing, and it was a little bit too far in front of him, so he lost the height he would have wanted, and that's why the net came into play. Two points required for Norway, and if they'd been able to convert one of the 3 set points they had in the first set, they'd be walking away as winners here. It's another massive block from Mold. He really has got Kantor in his pocket at the moment. Set point Norway. Losiak saves it for the moment. That's an easy leave to give Norway the second set, 21-14. 1 set apiece, and that means we're going to head into a tie-break. First to 15 to go through to the semi-final. Time for the tie-break. It'll be Losiak to serve for Poland. Both these teams chasing a place in the semi-final here in the Cancun hub, second four-star event of the 3 scheduled. And side out goes the way of Norway. Good touch. A little bit tight. Too tight. It's often said that the player who's underneath the ball is the player that will win in the joust, but this wasn't the case here. Sørum underneath it, but he couldn't get control of it. Unforced error from Anders Mol. What a time for Poland to go after him from the serving line. A good tactical play that brings them a point. Nice touch by Bartosz Losiak. He's only able to play that straight to where Sørum was waiting. And then Kantor hasn't been able to take the point from that dig. No one can get full control of it at the moment. And it's an unforced error from Losiak, who looked to be in the best position of everybody. That was a real chance. And you can just see how much the heat is affecting the players here. We're talking about Christian Sørum being perhaps a little lethargic, but Anders Mol really is gasping for air. Oh, it's a lovely shooter, right into the corner. First side switch. Shots like that are as good as bouncing it. You can get up and swing hard on the ball in rhythm, there's nobody there, and hit it hard, but to conjure a shot, to manufacture a shot, that takes real skill and vision. Oh, well left. That's some very good movement by Christian Sørum. He was tracking that one all the way. Good touch, brilliant play. And then, oh, that was a bit risky. I was going to say, I thought as well the setting was perhaps a little on the dodgy side, which is what Mol's going to have a little chat to the referee about. That set from Losiak to find Kantor, I think, and you can see Mol having a chat to the ref about it, because Losiak was off balance trying to shoot the ball wide here. That's a great touch. Comes over, and then Poland think about going quick one way, and then that set, well, I guess it was all right, especially if you're indoors. But I'm not going to argue. It's the referee's call at the end of the day. And setting is a very subjective area. It's up to the referee and his or her interpretation of what makes for a carry, for a double. In the same way, what makes for a carry or on a high hands defense off of a ball that's driven over the net. What's deemed to be hard driven, what isn't. Give an indication where the breeze is coming from when you look at the sleeves of the first referee. His left sleeve flapping around, his right sleeve not moving at all. The breeze is coming across from right to left as you look at it, almost in the same way, following the waves breaking on the shore. It's a battle of the elements here as much as it is between the two players and their skill levels. Well, that was a chance. Not taken. Great finish from Poland. They claw a point back. That's right on to the line. Doesn't get much better than that in terms of a roll shot. One thing's for sure, after this one's finished, both teams will be looking to replace the fluids that they have lost over the course of this match, as well as the minerals and vitamins. Not just about drinking water and rehydrating. That's a part of the recovery. Nice swing from Kantor. Sørum is just so good at finding that angle, even with Poland almost doubling up on it. Kantor was obviously doing a line block and didn't drop perhaps as much of his left arm inside as he would have liked. He's gone to the line. There's a little bit of a spread, but not a huge one, and Losiak just can't take it. That's well played. Kantor trying to wrong foot Anders Mol. Winner of this one will certainly get plenty of time to recover, because there are 5 more matches from the quarterfinals. In fact, there's more than that. There's 7 matches of quarterfinals to go before we even get to the semis. So the winner of this wouldn't be back on until later on this evening. One of the advantages of being the #1 ranked team and winning all your way through, you get an early start, and then if you get through again, you get to play much later on. That nearly came back from Sørum as he tried to play some foot volley. He might got it if he'd gone with his left foot.
We go to 10 p.m. tonight. 12 hours. It's the best beach volleyball in the world right here, right now. Come on, Losiak.
Solid siding out from Norway again, giving them that 2-point cushion. It's enough that they could keep siding out to victory. They don't need another break point, don't need another to win another point from serving as it stands. But the more they get, the more comfortable it becomes for them. That time Sørum went quite early. And Poland were able to see, in Losiak in particular, exactly where the space was. Oh, good block from Kantor. That's made it interesting. All square now. And Norway will need a point from serving in order to go further on in this competition. So too do Poland right now. Slight advantage with Norway, albeit from the point of view that siding out is perceived to be easier than scoring from service, as demonstrated by Norway. That is just brilliant. Mol giving it everything, getting up out of the sand and making the block. Kantor had a big block a couple of points ago, and now Mol has got one for Norway. Gets so far across the net. Brilliant, brilliant block. There's another chance for a point here for Norway. Losiak did well, he didn't move, he just held his ground. But it's another block from Anders Mol, and that might just be the point that sees Norway go on to win this one. 3-point difference now. Like he got out with his elbows. Huge block. Well, that was some set. Having to make those adjustments right at the last second. Still pop the ball up where it could be hit. Really good work that from Losiak. A little bit of help from the net for Kantor, and they'll get their side out. Good up from Losiak. Norway thought about going on two, wasn't a decent enough ball, and Poland might get their side out. They do. They're back to within one. In fact, I say it's side out, it's a break point for them. And now Norway call timeout. It's still not certain who's going to win this one. It's advantage Norway, but that's all it is at the moment. Poland chasing. Norway trying to keep them at arm's length. They're probably at elbow's length at the moment. Oh, that's a good lead. Now they've just moved to arm's length.
2 points.
Mole makes the block. That brings up match point for Norway. He's been the difference between the two teams as Anders Mole. There's no question of that. Both sides have sided out pretty well, but it's Mole's blocking that has put Norway on the verge of victory. Losiak to keep Poland in it. Now what he does, he's put that right between the legs of Sørum as well. Brilliant swing from Bartosz Losiak. Norway have got the best opportunity now though, from side out. Kantor with the serve for Poland. Will scurry through to the net to block. Sørum for victory. Not going to happen. Blocked by Kantor. First match point saved. Kantor coming up with a block right at the most critical of moments. It's the same scenario here. It's the last chance for Norway to get it done from side out. Sørum once more for victory. And he's done it this time. Cuts it away to the line. And the Volley Vikings book their place in the semi-finals here in Cancun. And all four players are out on their feet. It has been a grueling opening quarter-final. Poland playing their part, taking the first set